welcome to another video. So I'm here today with my July monthly plan with me, and I will be continuing my Disney princess kind of theme that I've had going on the past couple of months with my monthlies, and July will be Ariel themed. So once again, I'm pulling from the Strong at Heart Disney Princess collection from the Happy Planner. So I love the art style of these. I've said that before. I'll say it again. I'm going to kind of go through every princess over the next few months. And so this month is Ariel. I am also combining it with the Happy Plans sticker book because I find that there's a lot of overlap in some of the color palettes. And then I also pull a little bit from Fun Florals later on in the video. So like usual, the very first thing I'm going to do is lay down all of my bills. So on the first, it's always a big day of the month. I've got rent due, Patreon for my Planning with Kay subscription, and then here I put Fairy Loot. But the time has come. I did cancel my Fairy Loot subscription just because I have like a lot of back collected books for my Fairy Loot subscription, and I'm finding that they're very hit or miss for me. I've loved one or two. I've also disliked quite a few. So I don't know, I have a lot of books that I want to read and I don't want to be collecting more. So I did cancel that, and instead I'm trying out the Archer and Olive stationery subscription. So we'll see how that goes. It's a quarterly subscription, so I'll get one box in June and then it'll be 3 months until the next one. So it'll take some time for me to really decide if it's something I like. Other things that I have to write down are my credit card, my car insurance, student loans, and then the 23rd for some reason is also like a big day of the month where I have my internet due, cell phone due, and then Crunchyroll, which I need to delete. I need to cancel that subscription. I actually don't watch a ton of anime, but I have it because my boyfriend and I have not finished Attack on Titan yet. What is up with that? We have been watching it for months. We started off really strong, and then we got to like the 3rd season, I think, and they introduced this character and these extra side plots that we're really not feeling, and so we just haven't seen it in like a month and a half. But we're so close to finishing it, so someday we'll finish it. Let's see, other things. Oh, Banfield. So we recently got a cat. I mentioned this in my last monthly Plan With Me video, but we are keeping this cat now, and its name is Sir Cat. She is amazing, and we put her on a Banfield wellness plan just because my family pets that live at my parents' house, they have been on a Banfield wellness plan, and I don't know, it works really well for us, so I wanted to make sure that our cat had one. So that's a new bill this month. And then standard things like Spotify, electricity, blah 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 are going on. I got all of those down, and I am using this like light blue color for all of those bills. The next thing I'm adding is, oh, one more bill. So many random little things. I've got like a ton of small subscriptions going on. Alright, so then I need to get in a few more events. So July is technically summer, but like there's a lot happening in July, at least relative to what usually happens in my life and what would happen in the summer. Like June, super chill month, not a lot going on, and then July is just like boom, events and things and stuff. So first, there are actually 3 different summer birthdays for faculty at my school that I want to remember so that I can send them a quick email. So there's a birthday on the 7th, there is a birthday on the 24th, and then there's a birthday on the 8th, which is what, because I don't have a ton of people who I follow the birthdays of, but since being at this new school, I have made like friendly colleagues that I want to wish a happy birthday, and so that has added to the number of birthdays I need to keep track of. So I'm going to write all of those down on these like teal quarter boxes, I guess, the skinny ones. These are from the Happy Plans sticker book. I'm also been trying a new pen. So I don't remember if I had this pen in my last video, maybe I did, but it's a 0.5 Pilot G2 pen. I'm I'm so torn with my pens these days. So I have been loving the Simply Gilded pens. In general, I love the Simply Gilded pens. I bought several refills for the Simply Gilded pens. They're pretty. I love the weight of them. I love the ink. I love the size of the pen, like the nib size. But they have been falling apart on me. The cap has this plastic insert that makes it click onto the pen. And I've had 2 or 3 have that plastic insert just fall out because I use them so much. And that is very annoying. So I started to look for my next perfect pen. And right now I'm on the Pilot G2 5mm. I like that pen size right now. And honestly, I like the Pilot G2s in that they are very accessible. They're relatively cheap. You can find them everywhere. They're refillable, which is something I really wanted because I don't want to just waste the pen bodies by throwing them away. But they're kind of ugly. Like, that's my biggest problem with the Pilot G2. They're kind of ugly. They're plastic, so they're very light, and I have been used to a heavier pen. So I don't know. That's what I'm using right now, though. I am enjoying it. They last forever. Like, the ink lasts a long time, which is nice because I do a lot of writing. They are efficient enough and like cheap enough that I can use them at work, which I like because I've been using the cheap ballpoint pens that they give me just for free in the faculty room, but I hate them. They make my writing experience so frustrating. So I don't know, that's where I am with the pens. That's what I'm using here. Then once I got like my small events down, I have put this long strip of washi tape to mark that we have another birthday. Oh my goodness. So my boyfriend's mother is celebrating her 60th birthday. It happens in June, but they are celebrating it in July, and so we are going to travel. That's what this long strip is. Now that everyone in his immediate family has been vaccinated, we are going to gather to actually celebrate her birthday. Then this other strip of washi tape here is for a workshop. So I did get PD funding, or professional development funding, from my job to attend this workshop at the end of July. It's actually a 3-week workshop. It is remote from like 8 a.m. to noon, which isn't too bad because it's a few hours in the morning for 3 weeks, but I still have my afternoons relatively free. So it is a physics modeling workshop. It's a kind of curriculum and classroom teaching style where the students are given paradigm labs and things to consider, and then from the labs they develop the equations and concepts that we want them to develop, rather than the reverse, right? Traditional physics teaching, you get a textbook, you're introduced to the equations, and then you just have a lab that kind of reiterates the equations and properties you just learned. This is the reverse, where you use the lab to develop those properties and equations. So I did some of that teaching this year, but I haven't had any formalized instruction, so I'm going to this workshop at the end of the summer, and I'm pretty excited about it. Then on Saturday, I put these pink little dots to mark my YouTube videos, and I decided that I might try 2 videos a week in July. I'm not sure about it, but just in case, I do have little pink dots down for Saturdays and Wednesdays. And I have ideas, right? So I've got my Q2 flip through, mid-year planner check-in, which I love, my next real time vlog, my August reading journal setup and August monthly, and then my work planner setup. And then there are some blank Wednesdays because I don't usually do 2 videos a week, at least not for the past several months. So I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to put there, but I left them open in case I came up with ideas. And I think that I have just about put in all of my all of my events and builds and things. And so now I get to decorate in the free space, which I enjoy. And I am starting off with some Ariel stickers so that I can make sure I put her where I want her. So I put one clear sticker where she's like sitting on this washi tape edge, and then another one where she's popping up behind it. And then those are the only 2 full body clear stickers I put down. I also pulled this teal sticker that says "Start Living Your Dreams" to put in that white space next to her to make this little scene. And then I've got this, I liked this thick like washi sticker. It's a little too big for all 3 boxes here, but I also did not want to trim it, so I just centered it as best as I could. And it has this like dark blue background with white coral reef shell design thing, so I put that there. And then because I had a lot of the dark blue on the left hand page, I put this dream sticker over on the right hand page, also just fill up some of that space over there. And then sometimes it takes me a while to pick my next stickers, and I don't remember the order in which I do some of these things. Alright, so I picked this other sticker to put at the top left, and it's actually a quote sticker. You can barely see it because it is thin black lettering, very small font on a dark blue background, but it does say follow your heart. And then beneath that, I put a don't forget sticker. And then 3 flags for any notes or things that pop up over the course of the month. I don't use the monthly sidebar a ton, but I use it sometimes. So, yeah. I used it a lot in June, which kind of surprised me. I had 4 little boxes, and I used all 4 of them for various things. So, maybe the ones in July will come in handy. Now I am looking through, oh yeah, I printed this like large waves picture on sticker paper because I knew I wanted to use it for my currently page, but I was also considering whether I wanted to use it here, and I didn't. It was going to be at a weird angle and overwhelm the page. So I added this big plan sticker, and then I'm adding washi tape at the top because I used some of this like plaid teal washi tape to mark some events down at the bottom in the main monthly spread, but then this color wasn't enough anywhere else, so I decided to put it at the top. And rather than deal with trying to figure out where to start and stop my washi tape, since it's transparent, I just put it along the whole length of the page and then trimmed and removed the parts that were over the letters, which I like. It came out neater. For July, the piece that I took off was very small. I didn't mind throwing that away, but then where it says 2021, that was longer, and I ended up just layering it at the bottom for just decoration. Then I added another sticker that says focus on growing to bring in a bit more of the coral pink that I had in that sidebar. Then I added a quote sticker. So this says loving the journey, and I put that in the sidebar to fill in that space because I didn't need anything else over there. And now I'm adding a few more gold accents because the quote was in gold, and I wanted to make sure that I brought that metallic into the rest of the spread. So I'm adding these like reefy coral leaf thingies and the bubbles around the Ariel stickers so that there can be a bit like she's sitting in the ocean, you know? So I added those, and then a couple of seashells near my bigger events to kind of draw some attention to those, as well as a couple of starfish, some flowers, etc. Just kind of dotting them here and there. And at this point, I've really used most of the stickers that I want from the Strong at Heart sticker book, but the page still felt too empty. And so that's when I went into my Fun Florals book and found these tropical florals that I don't know, they're not my favorite kind of flower style, so I never anticipated really using them, but I did feel like they kind of match this theme, right? They're kind of tropical. Ariel is I'm going for an underwater beachy theme with her because she's a mermaid, and the dark blue does match. So I pulled these blue flowers. There were also some pink and orangish ones, I believe, on the page, but I only pulled the blue ones, and I trimmed and cut them so that I could stick them in the corners so that they didn't overwhelm the spread, but they filled in some space because there's too much empty space going on here. And I like how this project turned out. One of them was like super huge, and I really had to cut that one down, but it worked out. It worked out, and I think that they tied in the spread. They added a decorative element that was missing, and I like it. So I'm going to finish putting those down. And we're done with the main monthly. So we are going to jump into the currently page. And this month I decided to use my currently page for a YouTube tracker again. I don't know why I think that I need more than a single page to plan social media stuff. Like every now and again I run out of space, but honestly that is not my norm. So if you remember at all my 2021 planner lineup, I did introduce a social media planner that I then have not used most of the month. I also don't like going to multiple planners. Like sometimes I think, oh, I'd like more space and I'll use multiple planners for multiple things. But I kind of hate that. I really like to have one planner for most of my stuff. And so here we are, seeing that happen again as I'm starting to use my currently pages more and more for YouTube planning, and it's working just fine. So I'm going to continue to do that in July, but I don't like the really bold black headers on this currently page. Like, yeah, they're neutral, but they are intense and I don't like them. So I am using this waves sticker that I printed. I just like looked up waves, I think, on Google Images, found these stickers, sized them to be the width of my happy planner, and then printed them out. And so I'm layering them to cover up the black on the top and the bottom. And then I have my video workflows chart that I got from LJ Jumbo as a printable. It's technically sized for the A5 plum paper like dashboard page, but I just cut it down and stick it in here, and I love this chart. I have used it almost every single month since I got this printable almost a year ago, so it's really nice. I'll try to remember to link the shop down below. And yeah, so I put that down, and now I'm decorating around it, right? The like productive base of the spread is done, and now I'm just filling in some space. So I really liked this like wide sticker that says bold and curious, and I put that there at the bottom right. And then top left I put a squarish Ariel sticker. She's like looking out onto the ocean and at those waves. And then along the side here I'm adding a leafy leaf sticker and then some bubbles just all the way up the sides, which I enjoyed. I thought those were cute. And then this takes me too long. All right, and I think that is all that I'm going to pull from the Strong at Heart sticker book, so we are done with that. I'm flipping through this Florals mega sticker book to see if I had any more of the tropical style stickers, because I wanted to bring in more of the blue ones. I did not, so I went back to Fun Florals to find those stickers, and I ended up pulling the pink and orangish ones for this page, which was okay. Like it's the only spot where I have this color, but like it looks nice with the blues, so it wasn't too bad. So I pulled a couple of those, trimmed them so that they could peek out from behind my chart and over the edge of the water at the bottom. I then just kind of layered them until I thought they looked pretty. And there's that piece, and then that's all I pull from Fun Florals. The very last thing that I dive into is the Happy Plan sticker book, because I like to have a bit more note space. So the issue with this whole spread is that my video tracker really takes up a lot of the middle section, and there's more space on this page, but because it's a big black box that I want to cover, I cannot effectively use it as note space. So I like to layer a box or two in the header at the top so that I can jot down just a couple of notes. I don't need a ton of space, but I want to have the space to add one or two video ideas as they come to me. So I pulled this pink box that's a full box that I just tilted, and then this half box over that I just kind of layered on top of it to add to the space. I didn't really want to do that because I love the look of the full waves, but they were not useful. I couldn't write on top of them because the blue was too dark. So I added those. I think it looks alright. And then at the bottom, I kind of wrap up the spread with a quote sticker that says, "You got this, girl." And we're done. We're basically done. So I just need to trim the holes. I've been using an X-Acto knife. It's easier, like it's kind of tedious, but it means that I don't have to line up the holes with my hole puncher, which I'm sometimes bad at, and when I miss the holes, then they're shaped weird. And so rather than risk that on like 4 holes where the sticker overlaps, I just use my X-Acto knife. And I honestly have gotten to the point where this is such a small, infrequent exercise that I don't even break out the cutting mat, which has become the food mat for my cat. So it would be super tedious to go get it because it is now protecting our carpet. I've laid it down. It's where we put our cat's food and water bowl, and it's also, she likes to scratch it, so that mat has been taken. At some point I want to get a smaller cutting mat, like A5 size, just for my journaling, but until then I'm just gonna cut straight onto my desk and hope I don't cut too deeply, which has been working. I mean, my desk has a pretty hard surface, so the X-Acto knife doesn't easily cut into it, and I'm not like stabbing through my papers just to cut out these little mushroom shaped holes. So it all works out. But once those are done, we're ready to see the final flip through. So I'm going to put my pages back onto the discs, and then we're done. So this is how it all looks. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.